Hey guys, we are back with a new episode from the Urban Paranormal Podcast, where you might be crazy to some,
But
but
your
family
family to
to
us.
Hey.
What up?
yeah.
What's up?
Hey.
So I am your host, JH.
And I'm your moderator, Trent A. Johnson.
And this is your anchorman, Dave R., reporting for duty. And to my right,
It's your girl, the voice of Erica.
yeah.
What up? What up? Does this motherfucker forget he's here sometimes or something?
Yeah, it's always a little
Sometime.
gap after Jay.
And behind me, guys, we have the beautiful Amazon, Jamencia. She's in the house.
What up? What up, Jay?
And across
What's
on
up,
my
guys?
right shoulder, we have Mr. Ego.
Hey, always happy to be here at this podcast. This is the most dope podcast of all podcasts.
Doporific.
Yes.
For
Well,
cheesy.
damn, he blowing a lot of smoke.
I know,
You
right?
know what I'm saying?
He telling
Yeah.
the truth,
I know
though.
he's telling the
Just telling the
truth, but
truth.
I'm just saying he's trying to get a front seat.
Right?
He's trying, let's have his best with you, Ego. So,
right?
Whenever you sponsor, you get a front seat, brother.
yeah,
Right,
yeah,
right,
yeah.
already.
So what we're doing right now is we're talking about the Anunnaki.
The ancient, the gods of the ancients.
Yeah, I mean, you guys. I don't know if you guys know the story of the Anunnaki, but
It's
Talk
a
about it.
very
Talk
crazy
about it.
story.
yeah. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just give you what these old women gave me when I was a child. That's
Okay.
all. All right.
Oh, women
What
knew
they
about
gave
this.
It sounds
Anunnaki?
like something
They,
bad.
yeah, but they didn't say the Anunnaki. They just
Oh, okay.
right.
But before you get into that, I got one little news story.
Go. Spit
It's
the
a
news.
repeat from last week.
Oh.
My homegirl Lobo's daughter is missing. So if y'all know anything about her whereabouts, don't have the information pulled right up. But his name is Clarence Buckhalter, and he's looking for his daughter.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Well, praying to God that she gets home safely.
Right.
Yeah, I'm praying she
God
gets
bless
home
his
safely
heart.
too, bro.
I hope she does get found.
No,
yeah, yeah.
So
And another thing we got coming up tomorrow.
What?
Tomorrow's the super blood moon.
Oh.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
super blood moon.
Super
The
blood.
oh, there's
super
gonna be a
blood
there's
moon.
gonna be a lot of rituals being performed
Yeah,
tomorrow.
yeah.
Mhm.
Now,
Maybe we should perform a ritual tomorrow.
That
okay.
sounds cool.
uh,
Yeah,
It
okay.
does.
Okay.
Love it.
okay, that's like right close to a birthday I know.
The voice of Erica, can you lead that off?
What am I doing?
Okay.
blood
The
moon.
ritual.
Can
For
I
the
lead?
blood
lead
moon.
it off. I was
Yes.
say leave it off. 'Cause I was
That's
looking.
tomorrow though.
Hey,
That's
let's do
tomorrow
it.
night.
Come
Yeah,
on.
blood moon ritual.
Come on, I bring the
Blood moon.
sage, I bring the Palo Santo, the holy
Okay.
wood.
Go
Bring
ahead.
I take the crystals out my bra.
Man, we're going to hell.
Wow.
Straight up.
No, we
Okay.
not.
Okay. So when I was a kid, right, these people would pass stories.
Okay.
And what they said was that these people came to this planet, and they weren't actually intentionally trying to come to this planet, but they end up finding, and that today we hear gold, but they said minerals to me, like it was minerals.
It
or
was
something.
gold.
Right. I'm just saying.
Gold.
They said minerals, and they
And
just-
your grandparents told you that?
well, it was people of my grandparents. Yes.
Oh wow.
Right, and they said
Okay.
that what they did was they sent down someone to create basically slaves, so to speak, helpers, workers. They didn't really use the word slave; they said workers to help them mine out this world. And after that, they left. But the problem was, they left the workers, and they decided that the workers was
Which would be us.
which would be us, was a liability to them. Now, and after that, that was it. You know, that's all I remember as a kid. But when I got older,
Mm-hmm.
people start talking about this Anunnaki, and it was amazing how the stories kind of lined up.
Yeah.
And this was old folktale shit to me.
Well, if you look at a lot of religions, man, a lot of that shit lines up.
Yeah.
It's basically the same fucking
It's the
story
same story.
Yeah.
told with
different
different
ways.
names.
Different characters, same story.
Yeah, yeah.
Different ideas and different cultures, they just copy off from each other, or they have known
They
from
don't
the
even
start.
realize it. Some of them, they
Exactly.
don't even I'm like,
Exactly.
don't y'all know? This has been circulating around
I mean,
the world for years.
if you look at the history, theoretical history of the Anunnaki, I mean, they were mostly in the Fertile Crescent era, where it was back in the biblical times. So yeah, you guys are right.
I think that you say they don't know it. I think they do know it. I think they're passing down this information from one generation to the next. And
Yes.
It's on that generation to pass it down. And based off of what they did with me, finally now it has a name.
I'm saying those
Yeah.
who don't know, they don't want to know because they're only about this one religion.
Yeah.
And this other religion is about this only one religion. Like they're not even trying to go and do religion taste tests to see
Well, you know
that they're all
well,
got the same ingredients.
Yeah, the funny part is that all of them are the same.
Yeah.
Like they all talk about these beings to a certain degree,
Right.
which is my question. You know what I'm saying?
And one thing you find in every one of those stories, the Great Flood.
The flood.
Yes.
Oh, and heavenly body.
What is the heavenly body?
They call it the even their name translate into the heaven.
Okay.
You know, the uprising. So all of that, the heavens, 300 people that overtakes the heavens, and 300 people takes the underworld.
Okay.
So
Wow.
Is that in the Bible too?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, you know, the fallen angels and everything like that.
Oh,
Then
the
you-
Watchers.
Right. Then
Yeah.
you have Greek
Okay.
mythology, the whole works. It's all
It's
the
all the
same
same.
shit.
All the same
Yeah.
shit.
Mhm.
Yeah, because it's like these people's like the star people or something
Well,
like
well,
that. They call
yeah.
them.
What it is, they're supposedly from
Nibiru.
Nibiru
Mhm.
Yes.
or Planet X,
Yes.
which is
Planet
supposed to
X.
be the 9th or 10th planet, whatever you want to call it, since
Right.
they demoted Pluto because Pluto's not considered a planet no more. So that would make
Poor
No.
Pluto.
I know
Right.
poor Pluto. That would make Nibiru a Planet X,
10th planet.
the 10th planet that's so far out there that it's what do you call this? It's shit
It's a
around the sun.
dwarf planet, pretty much.
It's
Revolution around the sun.
It's
or whatever.
revolving around the sun.
They say it's like ours takes 24 hours.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Nibiru or Planet X supposedly takes 15,000 years.
right.
Its
Mm.
orbit, yeah, that's it. Its
Yeah.
orbit is
Right,
15,000
right.
years.
Yeah.
So what they're saying is the last time they were here on Earth
Mhm.
was 15,000 years ago when their planet was close enough for them to interact with us.
Okay. And with that being said, you guys at home, so you see the internet coming up with these bullshit, things that they're making online, but it's a lot of truth to it. The idea and concept that if Nibiru, the 10th planet, comes into our atmosphere, and we would be able to see it from our skies. So therefore, you saw a lot of people putting out these pictures showing you two hypothetically, was it like two suns or
Yeah.
it just you could just see it. I don't know if it's
It
real
was
or not.
Oh,
there was
yeah.
another planet.
Another
it was
planet.
actually Nibiru. Yeah.
Right, Nibiru. So, and that is the funniest thing, to me, because if that ever happens, oh my God,
There'll be a lot of pants shitting.
I don't think that the Earth would actually make it.
I mean, but we would actually see this body
Oh,
way
yeah.
before it's time to
Right,
die.
right, yeah,
There'd
yeah,
be a lot of shitting in our pants and
Oh,
shit
yeah.
like
Yeah,
that. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
That's crazy, man.
And what you were saying, Jay, about these people that came here from this, other planet Nibiru, and like you said, they were seeking gold to repair their ozone layer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That is one of the main reasons that they came here.
Yeah, supposedly their atmosphere was fucked up.
Yeah.
So they needed gold to fix their
Right.
atmosphere.
Yeah, and see, guys, when I was saying it, I was trying to tell it to you the best way I remembered as a child. I did all my research, and I know about the, like you said, it's actual gold and it's minerals and stuff like that. And you have to ask yourself too, that if you think this story is a myth, it's kind of weird, right? Because all of the Egyptians, they decked themselves down with nothing but gold.
Gold.
That's what I was
Okay.
sitting here thinking.
Yes,
All
they
gold,
did.
Right.
everything.
Yeah, and
Like rappers.
think about how America perceived the wealth of gold.
Gold.
Think about how Africa to this day is still
Yeah.
digging and pulling up this gold. Think about the idea and concept of
I mean,
China.
because gold has so many uses, bro.
Yeah, for property.
It's not just shiny.
right.
No.
It's
know-
used for scientific properties and
Yeah.
discovery properties because gold is perfect as a electrical conductor
Yeah,
for
it's the
space.
best.
And
best.
people are drinking the shit now.
And they
Yeah.
eat this
Yeah.
shit.
Gold.
They put it on food and everything
Yeah.
now.
I think that's part of the reason why, theoretically speaking, the Anunnaki valued this type of quote mineral
Mineral.
because it could be used for their outer space activities.
And that's why the
Multi-purpose.
Pharaoh was decked down in that shit.
Right.
Oh,
From
yeah.
head to fucking
Yep.
toe.
Right.
You know what
You
I'm
know,
saying?
the weirdest thing is, well, it's not that weird. I mean, consider what we're talking about. But in Pompeii, right, when all these people died, well, they end up in this chamber and they have it, and it was actually actually black. They did the DNA so these people are black. But the thing was about them, their bones were like green, and the reason their bones were green is because
Spinach.
because they
Okay.
was decked down in gold. They were rich. They were, the whole, and they had nothing but gold on them. And then, of course, they had their slaves.
Yeah.
So even at that time, like I said, in that time, those people definitely cherished gold and thought it meant a lot, which I'm sure
So
it
the
does.
gold turned their bones green.
It did. It turned their bones.
You
to
sure
funny
that
color.
wasn't fool's gold?
No,
I
it's
know.
not fool's gold because
just
gold
telling you.
has a heavier property.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
just telling you. Yeah, it's you can see it on the what's
Oh,
name.
wow.
Yeah, the prompt.
I just
okay.
remember as a kid.
Yeah,
when
it
you-
would turn your damn shit.
Yeah, when
green
you
and
couldn't
shit.
afford the dookie
Yeah,
rope, so you
I
got
remember
the
that.
fake one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
King's Flea Market.
You playing basketball for the end of the game, your shit turning
And
green.
Yeah.
Turning it
What was I
green.
thinking about? Was it fake?
Wow. Hey, but the crazy part of that story is, if y'all remember the end of the whale scare, 2012.
Yeah.
That's what it was. That's when the Nibiru was supposed to be
returned.
returned in its orbit or whatever
Right.
from somebody's calculations. I don't know whose calculations.
It was the Mayan. It was the Mayan
Mayan.
calendar,
Okay.
Well,
and
see-
it was a calculation. But according to the Mayans that went and finally, did their whole holy prayer, it was basically the mark of an end of a calculator, not the end of the world, but it was a birth of a beginning because of its harvest and
Well, how did
stars.
how did people associate that with Nibiru?
How do they associate it with Nibiru? Well, you have to think the Anunnaki appeared to the humans, and try to, have them to help them as a servant. So they had to, some way, teach them a degree of engineering, for their agricultural purposes. So my theory is, if they have been to the Fertile Crescent, they may have been influencing some of the indigenous Indians in America and all over the world how to do the agricultural thing, and they taught them how to do their own version of a calculator to calculate all the agricultural seasons to raise the crops properly.
Okay. Let me. Good job.
Break it down.
Let me answer it.
He did already.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to answer very
You'll
clearly.
break it down in layman's terms.
In the Mayan calendar, right? They have a little piece up in there, and it's written down, "Our brothers shall return for us."
Okay.
Yes,
That's
Okay.
it.
Like Jesus.
Yeah, that's it.
Same,
Pretty much.
same thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you guys, man, it's to me, as I looked and did my research, guys, at home, and you might want to do the same. This Anunnaki, they're supposed to be like these gods who engineered the world and they created the world, the people and
From
all
this
of these and all this
technology.
technology. But here's the problem that's very weird. It's a problem with me because if that's who they are, okay, I'll take it. But when you read and do research and you cross-reference it through every other Bible from Numbers and on, everything, right? It comes back as the fallen angels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you get fallen angels.
I mean, so you're saying that our world is created, is our technology and all these beautiful things came down because of some fallen angels who's supposed to be bad?
Everything's demonized.
I don't think it's fallen
I
angels.
don't think it would be
It
aliens
wouldn't
and
be.
maybe people would
Do your
call them.
research.
Are you
I'm
saying
thinking-
they
I'm
are
think-
possibly descended angels then?
No.
Well, I mean, y'all saying angels, but can we replace that word with aliens?
Yeah, aliens.
Okay,
That's exactly what I'm
aliens.
thinking.
Okay.
You know
You
what I'm
could say
saying?
descended
Aliens.
aliens then.
That, I mean, and then just like the Bible story, maybe those fallen angels were
Alien.
aliens.
Okay.
I have a bit of research. It says in 1976, author researcher Zachariah Sitchin published a book called The 12th Planet,
Yeah,
where he called the refugees from another world the Anunnaki.
Anunnaki.
And a cookie and a kaki.
Get off
These
the- get
alien
off the boo-boo,
beings
Jack.
that created humankind.
Yeah,
It's believed
it's
that they
Anunnaki,
were
man.
infused to colonize space programs in other planets.
sound like you reading back there.
Well,
He is, he
what
is.
they're basically saying is that these people
Badly.
came here to us to learn us. So give us the technology and the knowledge.
When you say learn,
Learn
you
us,
mean
what do you
teach,
mean?
right?
Teach us.
Okay.
Teach
Okay.
us and infuse in our mind
Okay.
and in fellow generations that we can colonize other planets. So we have the ability to move on further.
Well, me and Jay found a parallel before the show started. David was looking at something about the movie Prometheus,
Yes.
and we found parallels in that movie that match some of the shit with the Anunnaki.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
just crazy how how all of these fucking stories are basically pulling from the same shit.
Correct.
Right.
And this story would be the earliest of them all.
Actually,
Would be.
true. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm right, I ain't the smartest fucking razor in the fucking drawer, but
No,
I think Samaria predates Egypt, right?
Yes,
Yes.
it does.
yes.
So that would make this the earliest of all this story that actually includes
Samaria,
the Great
Samaria.
Flood and all of that.
Hmm.
No. Samaria was located in nearby the Fertile Crescent. It was
Iraq.
modern day Iraq.
Yeah, Iraq, Kuwait, that whole little corridor
Right.
right
Yes,
there.
yes. I'm sorry. I was just trying to be correct. That was all.
Yeah.
I mean, so I guess what Trent is saying is that there's you can disagree all you want, but it's kind of funny that all of these movies, all of these, well, this particular movie,
Right.
and all of these Bible stories and everything are talking about them. Even in Gilgamesh, it still reference kind of the same thing, you know. So it depends on the way you want to take it. It's like Trent said, let's replace the word. Okay, well, let's just change it back. Let's go and say the Anunnaki comes, right? And they decided to make with the people here, or they made the people and made it with them, right? That would give birth to the Nephilim, which would still make them the fallen angels. Okay, let's say they're aliens and they just came to this planet to teach us, technology. Well, then they would have gave birth, they would have had sex with these people too to pass through technology, which would still create the Nephilim, which would still create the flood. So no matter how you theorize it, no matter which way, two things are going to happen. They're coming. They're going to teach, like you say, learn us. I don't know what learn us, and
teach.
then the flood.
That's that old Negro spiritual.
Oh, okay.
Come on down and learn us.
Yeah. So they're going to the flood is going to happen no matter where any way you theorize it. The flood has to happen.
Well,
There is one theory that, based on what you said, Jay, I was talking before the show that probably theoretically could explain all these, Egyptian gods or, some of these great, godly leaders in the Fertile Crescent, that they had these, wonderful powers, or they had some vast intelligence that they're looked upon as titans.
yeah.
Titans.
Well, it's funny
Well,
you
my-
say that. Oh, go ahead. No, go
no,
ahead.
well,
Trent.
Go
my
ahead.
thing, y'all keep saying they came to learn us, as Ego said, or teach us.
Well, did you mean like to study us? To study?
No,
No,
he
wait,
meant to
wait.
teach
No,
us.
to
He meant
teach us.
teach us.
First, they came to get that gold.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
where I was
and to
going.
help to help their planet.
That's where I was
Right.
But
going.
in the process, I think they just kind of parked here for a little bit and say,
Yeah,
"Hey, I like
yeah.
what's going on here. I like you, what y'all look like. Let me see if I can advance you people a little further."
Well, yeah, that's what I was about to
Okay,
say. I
to
think
help out.
the learning us, I think that was a byproduct.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got what
Because
you're saying.
they
Trent.
definitely had an agenda,
Yeah.
Yes.
which was to get this gold mined.
But
You know what I'm
now
saying?
you say teaching us, guys. By teaching us, they would still have to have an agenda. So he says that he believes that they want us to populate other planets, right?
Well, I don't know about that.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying that's
his
theory.
take.
Well, no,
But-
not
but-
my
but-
theory. It's researcher Zachariah Sitchin from 1976.
Yeah, okay.
That's his theory.
Okay. Well, what I'm saying is, what do they gain out of that?
Yeah, that's why.
Right.
Okay.
What is the game?
I could probably answer from an macro or microeconomics scale. If you think about training your subordinates to do more advanced things for your agenda, such as teaching them how to build irrigations to kind of get to fish a little bit more for gold, or to in exchange for helping the advancements on crops, or you teach them to technology how to do metallurgy to make metals and so forth, so they create the tools to dig more gold. That's just some of the examples.
Yes,
I
you know
still
what?
didn't.
No, I'm gonna tell you when I said that and he went to answering it, I almost blew my brains out in my head because I already had the answer. The reason why it would be beneficial for us to move to other planets, basically what he's saying is to mine for more gold.
Yes.
But who says it's gold on other planets?
Well, that's the whole reason.
You
that we would-
assuming that gold is on other planets,
right? But the only way to know for certain if it is or if it isn't, right, would be exploration.
Well, that's if you're a human. That's if you're a human.
Well,
For them to come way to Earth, they had to know.
well,
They have a higher knowing. I would-
Yeah,
I
I
would-
would-
They
They
really
had a
gold
higher
is here.
knowing.
I think for us to go to other planets, I think is a whole another thing of them making slaves to do their work. They was looking for different planets that had what they had. and they
What they
stopped
needed.
what they needed,
Yeah.
and they stopped here on Earth. And in their mind, it's probably a whole lot more planets on it. Let's send these fuckers out to go find it.
Yeah, but you got to think, as we said in the beginning, they could only get close enough to Earth every 15,000 years.
And we can move around. That's why they would want us to the beneficial.
What do you mean we can move around?
Here's what I'm saying. The reason why they would teach us, not learn us,
You mean like
but
some
teach us this stuff to go to other planets, because we will be able to move around. You know what I'm saying? Around.
I mean, they can move around.
They can move around their
But-
damn
In
self.
other words, you're
much
saying that
better
we would
than
be
us.
roaming around to test which planet has the gold or not based on scientific discovery methods.
Correct. One person looking for gold, right? Definitely sucks. But if you have two people, hypothetically, the people from Earth,
2 planets.
right, looking for gold, that creates more and more.
I mean, that could be so.
Okay, I could
That
see your
be
theory.
so.
Right.
That's a
Planet?
good theory. That's a good
Yeah,
planets.
theory.
two planets.
Oh.
Like
I
one
wasn't sure if you
person
meant, like,
that would successfully
astronauts
find the
go
gold,
do
and
that
one
shit.
planet that they didn't find the gold. But it would still increase the
Okay.
probability and approximately
More gold.
proximity of gold.
So
Exactly.
basically, Jay, what you're saying is they wouldn't thinking that we would have our own agenda, that we would be mining this gold, and 15,000 years from now, when they come back,
we better
got
have
the-
it. Bitch, we better have our money.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
or at least the roadmap to where the other gold
Yes,
is.
right.
But you know what I get out of this, fellas? What I really get out of this is now, thinking about all this together, and it makes me think that maybe we shouldn't be so scared of these aliens, because it doesn't sound like they really here to really hurt us, right?
Are you out your mind? Oh, I mean, sorry. go ahead.
Because we,
Well,
like you
he-
said, they
let
came
him say.
before to teach us. And maybe they're coming here to just give us more information and make us even further more advanced. Maybe that 5G that you're thinking about is going to be 8G, going to be 10G, because they're giving us that information
believe that.
to push us further so we can go further and do better and bigger things.
Well, why would they do that?
an optimistic point
exactly.
of view. I
He
like
does
this
have
one.
a point.
I mean, he's
on
very
that.
optimistic. He's one of them people that was on top of the building, in Independence Day, talking about welcome, welcome, and that shit blew their ass off the thing. You're very optimistic, but I have a different take on that. If they already told you that they made you to be to do their work for them, they're much bigger than you, and based on all the
Yeah,
texts,
they're basically giants.
they're basically giants. And
But they're not trying to harm.
but
they came down and made babies with.
there you go.
Did they rape?
You think you could take a giant dick?
I mean, it's
no, they have smaller giants.
Okay.
What I mean by smaller giants is if you take a look in our Bibles and different things, they give height. They get like 6, 7, 8 feet.
I get you. Well, when you saying giants, I'm not thinking of 100-foot tall motherfucker. I'm thinking maybe 8. That's a giant.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. 8, 9, 10.
Shaquille.
Right. And here's my thing. The reason why I disagree with ego is because, yes, that's great. You're optimistic. They want to help and do all of that, buddy. But someone who made me with the intentions of me being a slave
Yes.
and then teaching me all of these things to do master's work even more.
That's like your
Yes.
pet.
Exactly. I don't.
Like a
I don't-
slave, like he said, just as like a slave. As a slave, as black people, we have further advanced so far than what the master expected us to advance.
So you saying that we
Okay.
still should be appreciative and think the master is fucking friendly?
Well, I'm on top of that building, wave that sign, say, "Come on, aliens!"
Yeah. Okay. I
Well-
just said
Wow.
that's my thing. I'm just like saying I think that it would be in our best interest to learn if it's true and find us a weapon and fucking watch a god bleed.
Well, we talked about
But
that
what-
weapon CERN. Remember?
What if every 15,000 years
We have to
this is
fight.
true? I don't know about fight. You have to die like the last time,
Right,
15,000 years ago. What if that's like grocery day?
Don't say
Grocery?
that. See,
Okay,
grocery
let me
day.
think on this
you
concept.
trying to give me
Yeah, you close
nightmares.
enough to the earth to come to earth and make groceries.
Right, to eat, motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I see what you mean. Like if they were to come back 15,000
This is
years,
Walmart.
and then they basically we have became so advanced that we're basically their next door convenience resource. So we can give them gold, we can give them anything that we ask for.
He completely missed it.
No,
No, he
no, no,
got
no.
it.
I
Oh, he
see.
got it?
I see what
Oh.
Trent is saying.
He got it. He's just saying a lot of words with it, but he got it.
Yeah.
Basically, they took so many many humans from last time that it lasted they ass 15,000 years of lunch meat.
Now they get
And
hungry.
now it's hungry time again. They coming on the planet and taking our shit and taking some people back with them.
So that's why you say
Okay.
they're coming back here. The reason we have so many aliens coming back and seeing so many.
No, I
UFOs
said
and
just
stuff
what
like that?
if?
What if?
Because
Like
you know,
really?
this planet was actually they have evidence of this ninth planet.
Okay.
Mhm.
They actually discovered it, and they calling it Planet 10 or whatever they call the shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they haven't visually seen it, but they have evidence because of the way that the other shit, like this star, is some type of gravity is pulling it that way.
Yes.
So they have evidence of this 10th planet.
I thought they very much said that they did get a
Nah,
outline
no,
of
no
it.
pictures. They think that it's there.
Okay, and they say it's blue. They say it's big and blue.
Nah,
But I'm just saying that's just what I thought, But like you
Yeah.
said, okay.
Yeah,
Blue
they-
could
they
possibly
have
be
no-
water too. A lot of water on that planet if it's blue.
No, it's not.
Oh.
blue.
Speaking
It's
of
not.
water,
They have no visual
Of it yet.
evidence of it, but they have physical and scientific evidence that this planet
It's
exists
trailing behind us.
right behind Pluto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of the creation and the blue water and the planet theory and so forth, I was reading into the one of the 14 tablets of Inki, which is chapter 0.62, and I know I'm going way fast forward on this, but the Anunnaki supposedly had a ring of kings or something, and then they had one daughter that was raped by one of the king's son, and then that king's son was in charge of the mining, and he had created the mythical creatures of the old, such as dragons, centaurs, mermaids, unicorns, etc.
Wow,
Based on
sounds fun.
this, maybe this is where the Greeks and the Egyptians and the Sumerians, they have created these designs of half human, half beasts in
I know
their
that story.
drawings.
I know that story. That story, there's the same story. And what happened is that one king
Yes.
and the other king was together. And the king could transform into a snake or some shit.
Right.
The daughter. And the daughter had sex with the son, and that wasn't supposed to happen.
Right.
And they said if no one finds out, everything is okay. Unfortunately, one of the maidens saw the queen now in her snake form and went and told everyone. And the snake's father found out, caused a war, and that became hell. And I want to say they call it Snake Island now. And on the island, everything look like it's a snake, like patterns and everything like that.
Right.
And that
Wow.
was that's
I know about that.
yeah, that's a
Never
that's
heard
a-
that.
Wow, just might want to look it up. It's a story. It's
Okay.
it's one of those
Yeah.
indigenous people story.
Indigenous.
Right.
Yeah, indigenous people.
Here's
yeah.
something that's weird following up. It's just like there's the Anunnaki female. Okay, they decided not to impregnate an Earth two-legged female, but an Anunnaki female had been doing DNA splicing to be impregnated herself, and then theoretically, according to their version, that boy that she gave birth to, it was Adam.
Oh wow.
So, and then they decided to ask the young female Anunnaki healers from Nibiru. Hold on, let me enunciate it correctly. Nibiru, if they would be impregnated. 7-step forward.
Okay, well that's fucking mad interesting. But did we mention that these Anunnaki, they're the gods of the ancients,
Yes.
of the Sumerians,
Yes,
the
they are.
Babylonians,
Yes.
the Assyrians,
Yes.
and
yes.
and these are the earliest known.
We didn't talk about it. We know, but we didn't.
Yeah, we
talk
really
about
didn't
it.
say, but these are the earliest known
Right.
advanced
Deities.
advanced civilizations
Well,
Mhm.
I said
on
that,
Earth.
I said that because people worship them.
Deities.
Deities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not the
Well, no,
Sumerians.
not the
nobody
Sumerians.
nobody
no,
worshipped
I was
the
talking about
Sumerians.
the
Right.
Anunnaki.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about the Sumerians, Babylonians, Assyria.
Right.
They all the earliest known advanced civilizations.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
Well,
Okay.
like he was saying, it was saying about Anunnaki had a fatherly relationship with the first two humans, Enlil and Iki. Inky.
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 Inky is actually the head Anunnaki.
Mm-hmm. But
Okay.
Enlil eventually attacked Iniki's clan of humanity.
Hmm.
And that was the end of the 5 cities of Jordans.
Ah.
Basically,
Jordans.
Jordan.
Like the shoes?
Like the shoes.
No,
Yeah,
Jordan, the
Jo-
country.
Yeah,
He
No,
said
it
was
Jordan
in the, it was
stuff.
in the
Jordan.
Sodom and
It was
Gomorrah
Jordans.
Uh-huh.
and spaceport of Sinai and Sumerian civilization and Anunnaki's own civilization on Earth.
Whoa.
And so basically what it was saying was that this was the end of when all the technology that they gave us kind of like stopped.
Wow.
And we kind of like, we had all this, I guess you could say, Jay, it was a time when the Egypts was doing all this advanced stuff
Yeah.
and everything.
Now
and then
this
you wonder,
this is way before Egypt.
yeah, but I'm saying, you have all this advanced stuff going on, and then all of a sudden, we just stopped.
You say
and we
all
wonder-
of a something. You mean all of a
All
sudden?
all of a sudden, we just stopped,
Everything
and we
just
wonder,
stopped.
well, why did we just go so far
Probably
back?
because they left. You know
well,
what I'm saying?
I think they wiped us out or some shit. We
Well,
just
the
forgot.
flood wiped shit out.
Well, you know what? I tell you what, guys at home, we're going to come back right to that because that's important. How did we have all of these blessings with technology and different things, and then we lose it? And now we're at this point that we are now, which to me is pretty scary. But I tell you what, I want you to like, subscribe, and share. Okay,
Yeah.
we're talking about gods, Anunnaki. We're talking about just basically paranormal things, myths and stuff
We're
like
talking
that.
about the Anunnaki.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying what we do.
Yeah.
And do that. And while you're doing that, we'll be back after this.
And I think this should be very interesting for a lot of black people because where all of this takes place is where black people come from.
originates.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
So we'll be back right after this, guys.
My name is Robert Richard, and I'm the host of an exciting new show called What's That Network, where you and the contestants guess the cash flow of the most popular celebrities around today for cash and prizes. I want you to go to Ego Network TV on YouTube to watch the show. Please, please, please like, subscribe, and also follow us on Instagram at ego_network_TV. I'll see you there.
And we're back, guys.
Back in the flesh.
Hey.
We're talking about ancient gods, the Anunnaki.
Anunnaki.
so,
That's a funny ass name.
yeah, it's pretty cool. Just in a little research, it's weird. That's all I can say. It is super weird. Okay, so it's super weird.
What's the matter?
Oh no, she had walked in front of the thing, and I was talking to the people.
Oh, okay.
Technical
Okay.
difficulties.
Wow,
Yeah,
it's
don't
all
worry.
good.
But it's super weird because, like I said, it's in all of the. I mean, I could say, "Hey, are you a Christian?" You say, "I don't believe in that." That's fine. But when there's so many different in everyone's religion and everyone's belief, they reference these people. So it's kind of hard to say I don't believe in that. You know what I mean? It was something that came. It was something that pushed us forward and something that created us. Well, Jay, that is God himself. Well, how do we know that they're not
Aliens.
right, aliens, or another name for the Anunnaki? These are things that we don't know. And you're not going to learn the truth here. We're just going to give you what we learned
So
or what we thought.
let me ask this: Where do these clay tablets come from?
The Stone Age, as far as our historical sources are concerned. But I would
Stone
like,
Age.
well, the clay tablets and the stone tablets, they came from the Stone Age areas because anything that was written on stone or established on stone was considered to be in the Stone Age according to the
Okay, well, I asked
archaeological aspect.
where, not when.
Well, exactly. I can help him also.
Okay.
Okay.
Exactly. It was in Khorasabad, Iraq, when it first was found in 1843 by
Okay,
Paul
that's what I was
Mil
asking.
Bata, a scientist who discovered it.
Okay, so
And
Iraq.
he discovered those tablets that you were saying, and some other artifacts that showed of these winged people that we kind of now know as the Anunnakis.
Anunnaki, motherfucker.
I can't say that word for shit.
I don't know why.
I don't know. Right?
Anunnaki.
Tongue
Did
right.
I get that term?
I always have a.
Tongue right.
I'm always scratching.
Anunnaki.
I'm always scratching in my head. Couldn't they be confusing the Anunnakis as the Sphinxes, according to these ancient people?
As a what?
The Sphinx.
The Sphinx.
The Sphinx.
Yeah, the Sphinx, because the Sphinx
Well, I
has
think-
like the wings. They had like the legs of a beast, and then they had a head of a human.
Well, I think that Egyptian culture came after
Right. It was
Sumerian.
I was going to say
Oh,
it came
okay.
after.
After Sumerian culture.
I mean, and realistically,
So they might very well be.
right.
The
Could
Sphinx
be.
might be depictions of Anunnaki. Good point, David.
I mean, here's my thing on it. So it's very simple. You've seen the different tribes in Africa who decided to bind their heads to elongate them, to look like the gods that they wanted to look like. And if you were someone at that time who happened to witness the Anunnaki, right, and they gave you all of this technology and different things, you would try your damnedest to create something that kind of looks like them. No matter what it was, if it was a sphinx,
Yeah.
no matter if it was a lion, whatever it was, you were going to try to make that damn thing have wings and look like your creator.
Exactly.
And you would pay that as paying tribute, to your God.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to ask, and when we came back, I wanted to know, okay, so we were advanced at one point apparently, and now, like we're digging up shit, we're trying to find shit, and our technology has picked up.
Speaking of digging up and finding shit, so there was recently a number of sophisticated ruins discovered in South Africa that was said to be the stronghold of Inky.
Really?
Yeah, they finding all these different artifacts and writings and shit that in South Africa, Inky was the leader
Right.
Yes.
of the Anunnaki.
Mhm.
And in doing my research, I found out what the word Sumer means, which are the people from Sumeria,
Right.
Mhm.
and it translates to the black-headed people.
All right.
Whoa.
That's
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
They
okay.
would never teach us that.
Okay, let me ask you a
That
question.
means it's us,
What-
Right.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
black-headed or black-haired?
black-headed.
Blackhead.
Either way you put that, black-headed, black-haired. You know what I'm
Black-eyed,
saying?
Well,
Black-headed. you know?
May I
Yeah.
also
That's it.
reveal a genetic information that may support this statement too?
Oh, go ahead.
Mhm.
Well, according to the genetic research, as far as 23andMe and the genetic discoveries that people they volunteer their DNA, every human being in their DNA, one source, there is a certain strong percentage in the human DNA that it all originated from Africa whatsoever. So it could be supporting the statement that yes, the parental figures were black-headed.
Right. Basically saying all life started out in Africa.
Yeah, we knew, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
but I would like to know, like, was there a war? How did they just stop us from learning this technology?
Well,
And
that-
why was it important? Why did they do
I
that?
think it was a war between
them.
them.
Themselves.
Yeah.
Possibly that's where the Jewish Torah would, talk about the story of Babel. If we were to debunk this,
Yeah, and I
In
think
theory.
Ego was just talking about it like
Right.
Yes.
With
one-
those two brothers, the
course.
Inkil and Akil.
I said it for him to come up, and he just sitting there looking. I don't know why.
Yeah, I know. He's-
Well, it's those
Go ahead.
two brothers who had it out, and basically the one started the war. And it's almost like in the Bible with Cain and Abel.
right?
It all has that same reference.
wow. Yeah.
As you were saying with the
Hold on, hold on.
religions.
Well,
I mean, you have the ancient Egyptians too with Seth and Horus.
Well,
right.
Yes, but I wanted to know. Okay, so it was a war between the two brothers, and this is what made us go backwards. So, what did the one brother want that to stop us from being,
Well, I think one of them was giving us technology,
right?
and I think the other didn't agree with that.
The other one just wanted war. He wanted
Yeah.
us to cease all of it. He wanted destruction.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
his
wow.
destruction, like I say, he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. And some people say, well, Sodom and Gomorrah was this dirty place where everybody was doing these dirty things. But he destroyed other things, is what they're saying. Other civilizations and everything like that. And so that's what threw us into that backward state of starting over with technology.
Wow. And the fact that you said Sodom and Gomorrah, so when you guys at home and you read that, you know that the angels came and fucked that place up. So here we are again with the Anunnaki also being cross-referenced with so-called biblical angels. That is for us scary. That really is, because
What's scary?
if you didn't believe in angels,
Mm-hmm.
you know, these aliens, whatever what you want to call them, well, goddamn, that's even more reason that you have to believe, because here's a whole nother group of people, culture or whatever, with dated proof of these
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
And he's telling me the story, which is a story. It's a beautiful story. I'll never forget it. But, you know, just the idea of it. Do you guys really think you could handle looking at an angel? Like, seriously? Like, they're not good. They're not beautiful. They're not. They're not
they're
that.
not.
They're not that little white kid that you see in them
with
pictures
the goose or pretty swan wings.
Yeah,
The cherubs? Oh, hell no.
Yeah, they're nothing like that.
and
I
the
mean,
halo.
right? Just read your Bible. They're,
No.
if you saw an angel, you're a liar, because
You
you're
would
still
run.
you're still sane. If your ass was crazy as shit and say you saw an angel and you can't get it together, I would believe you.
Yeah, the biblical depiction of an angel. You know, it's different levels to angels. I think they got the cherubs and
The Greek
Seraphim.
winged, Western design culture that we call them angels.
no, I meant there's actually four names.
There's levels.
There's
because
levels of angels,
Enoch gave them to you. Enoch gave them to you too.
Oh,
and
okay.
their
and
function.
all of them are fucking terrifying, except the ones that there's
the
some
messengers
that look like humans. I forgot what they're called.
Yeah, I forgot. They're the messengers.
But the two highest ones, man, the biblical description of them is terrible, horrifying.
yeah,
Like
I-
some shit you don't want to see. It's
yeah,
from a fucking horror movie.
It was something that had like millions of eyes or
Eyes,
some shit.
a wheel within a
Millions
wheel.
of eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a wheel within a wheel, covered with eyes.
Yeah.
And then it was one that had like it was a cross. It was an animal human hybrid.
Yeah.
And these are angels.
These are angels. I just remember
This is how
one
the
with
Bible describes.
Right. I just remember the one
Yes,
with the
that makes
eyes.
you would like be scared as fuck if
Yeah.
I saw an
Yeah.
angel and be
Exactly.
like,
Exactly.
like it's an angel. Like, no, that shit look fucked up.
I mean, yeah. So don't let the people gas you up on some little white kid coming to your bedpost with a praying symbol and with some little wings.
I know,
that-
poking you with a little bow and arrow,
Yeah, with
make you
little- with
fall
little-
in love.
Yeah,
and
Cupid.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Let me
the
tell you,
fictional Cupid.
if any of that shit is happening, you need to go get help, because someone is breaking into your home.
Yeah, so Cupid was supposed to be a cherub, right?
I forgot what the fuck.
Well,
Yeah, he was a
Cupid was
cherub.
supposed to be a young man in the Greek mythology, having the bow and
But what
arrow
I'm
to
saying,
do
he
it.
was,
No,
he
no.
was modeled
but
after.
the capitalists later on in our modern Western culture, they changed him into a Cupid shooting bows and arrows.
But what I'm saying, he was supposed to
That
be
type of angel.
a cherub from the Bible.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So to speak in our Western culture.
Yeah.
I mean,
And in Greek mythology, he's there too.
oh, yeah.
So,
So Cupid is the person, like the angel that makes you fall in love with people.
Yeah.
well,
well,
that's how the Western world
well,
put it. But
Greek,
he's-
well,
yeah.
to be more accurate, he was the Greek god who was the son of the goddess Aphrodite, who makes people fall in love.
So what is goddess Aphrodite?
The Greek goddess Aphrodite, she was the goddess of love.
Oh
Right.
wow.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay,
Right.
makes sense. Thank you,
right.
David.
So, I mean, so when you guys are, when we're really talking about like the Anunnaki, you have to think: could it have been actually a spaceship versus them coming on a planet? I mean, or is their planet actually a spaceship in itself?
Well, well, they say that this planet X or whatever
Right.
you want to call it,
Is where they're
Nibiru,
from,
It comes close enough to Earth every 15,000 years.
to the point that they can just jump off the hole and jump on us.
They probably could do a backflip and be in the hood. What's up, bitches? What my
Right.
goal at?
I have a question
Exactly.
for Jay and
You know what
Trey
I'm
and
saying?
everyone.
All right.
Okay.
So didn't they say that Planet X had water on it, just like our planet?
Well, they haven't even. They have no physical
have- yeah.
evidence of the planet so far.
Mhm.
But by doing their little, how they can tell that it's something out here if this star is acting a certain kind
Well,
of way.
if it
Uh-huh.
pulls to the
If it
left
pulls
or right,
to the left
yeah.
or right, something is pulling it this way. So
Right.
they have evidence of this 10th planet, but
right.
they have no actual visual
of it.
pictures
Right. So,
of it.
so
yeah.
they don't know if it have water on it or land. They don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Right.
Thank you, guys.
You know, but like you said, just imagine if it gets close enough, like you say, do a black flip, come here. I mean, just if this is true, if all of this is true, you know, I think that it would behoove us to learn
Ooh, that
everything.
boy used
Behoove.
The
a
who.
small big word.
Yeah,
That's a good word.
I like that.
yeah. To
Erica, what you think about that word?
I know about it from church. It
Behoove.
was a preacher that used to always say, it behoove you to get your life together.
right, you
You
know.
know, so when he said that, I was like, okay, amen, Jay.
Yeah, amen. So just to learn everything you can, because I don't think that these people will be your friends. Like, no
At all.
friendships here.
Well, they would be like the builders in
We
Prometheus.
we have to tear their ass apart. You damn right.
Or try.
Or try, or
Yeah.
otherwise it's gonna be some people finding new pyramids and shit. And they go like, "Oh, this place used to be called Las Vegas."
And you know what?
You know what I'm
that
Right.
shit is mad
That's true.
interesting,
Yeah.
bro.
'Cause I was
Because
thinking,
if we look at all of these fucking big ass monoliths
Wow.
and big ass like the pyramids and all these, what is the Stonehenge,
Mm-hmm.
all this shit. Okay, how did we build this? But if you look, if this shit is true, that these giants,
Mhm.
it makes sense that they could build that type of shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, it does.
yeah.
You
They
know
can,
what I'm
they
saying?
can
It
carry
makes
that
sense-
shit.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
makes
You
sense
know,
that they can
nothing.
build that type of shit.
You know, there is a statue picture of Nimrod.
Yeah. He's
And-
a bad motherfucker.
This dude is so big that he's carrying a full-grown lion like
Wow.
it's a kitten.
Wow.
That's the statue of Nimrod.
Oh,
Wow.
shit.
And hold up. A regular lion is actually a kitten to these people. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I mean, that tells you all you need to know right there.
I know,
Yeah, it
right?
does.
Protect yourself. Learn all you can.
They got these statues from somewhere.
Right?
I mean, they saw it somewhere, you know.
Mhm.
But there's a whole story in there about the Gilgamesh and all of these things that still reference Anunnaki. I mean, even though, you know, Gilgamesh is probably not real, but it's still
Who's not real?
what's his name? Gilgamesh.
Gilgamesh.
Gilgamesh. Even though, but they still have it in there. Like people,
Maybe it was real.
that's what I'm saying. It could be a possibility, but you know, I'm just keeping it left and right here.
But what about this, Jay?
Mhm.
Some people believe that when Nibiru does actually come back on his 15,000-year orbit, that it's going to collide with Earth.
I don't know about colliding. I know it's going to flip Earth upside down, and it won't be nobody here any damn way. It'd be tear up everything.
Well, if it does, either one of those scenarios is fucked for us.
Colliding sounds really bad.
Yeah, I know. Well, even coming close is
Right.
bad.
Yeah.
Once
You know?
once it get here because of gravity, it will flip. It will automatically.
Here we go, building out a science guy.
Well, I'm just saying it would flip us. So now you would have
It
some,
would flip on this axis.
right. You would have tsunamis. You would have earthquakes. You would
We
have
already got
so
all
many.
that.
Yeah.
No, we talking about at
It
the
would
same
just-
time.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
right.
And it would fuck shit up. I mean, I'm sure
Yeah,
that
it
there
would.
would be
Do y'all think
people that
it's-
would still live, but by that
Yeah.
I
time,
don't know
shit,
about that.
it might be
think
some
so?
people somewhere that would still live. But
Two,
by,
two planets colliding.
well, I don't think they would actually collide.
What I'm telling you telling me what you think, but I'm telling you what these people are saying might happen. They might collide.
Y'all think we're on our way to that?
They're
No.
saying what they think.
Yeah.
Mm.
And you saying what you think.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm telling you that, okay, if they do collide, you think somebody could actually survive?
Where they gonna
Who
be?
would that be? Tony Stark? Or
I mean,
Superman or
okay.
some shit?
Here's why I say that.
Thanos, I know.
In a basement somewhere?
Here's why I say that. The
That boy
Earth,
said
the Earth, the
Thanos.
Earth is millions and millions and millions of years old. Okay, so that means that Nibiru has been here a couple of times. That means that we are still here. That means there's no colliding. If anything, it will shift.
Well, I mean, it could be a gradual,
Get closer
gradually
and closer
getting
and
closer every
Okay,
time.
now that could be
You know
logical.
what I'm saying?
That could be logical.
And
yeah.
if it does, you know what I'm saying?
That's what
Just
I
you-
was saying, but y'all kept talking, but y'all didn't hear me. Maybe y'all did hear me. I don't know. But it's all
What
good.
you saying,
I
girl?
love y'all. I was just
We love
saying,
you
like, do you
more.
think it's getting closer and closer?
Okay.
Like,
Well,
you know,
I'm
it's
just-
in the process.
I'm just
Okay.
asking.
That could be. I mean,
You
that
know what
could
I'm
be.
saying? I don't know.
I mean, it don't matter if the moon had busted in with us. It don't matter. There's no survival. That's an extinct level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
extinction level. So I
Yeah.
don't think
Yeah.
it'll be
So you're
nobody
saying the end of the
Right.
world.
living
Yeah.
after that shit.
They won't even be Earth.
Wow.
They won't even be Earth. You know, so
Probably create a few new planets and shit.
but maybe maybe that's why they do want us to go to other planets.
To travel
Of
to other
course.
planets.
off of
to
this.
That's why
colonize.
they finding them somewhere else to go and shit.
Yeah,
so.
like
What-
get y'all ass off here because when we come back around, it won't be no more. of
Well,
this.
that's what they said. They said they want us to colonize other planets.
planets.
How did Pluto?
I'd
just
like to
go
colonize
missing?
another planet.
Can someone explain that? Maybe I should know this. I
How,
don't know.
how did what?
Pluto is not Pluto anymore.
Because they're saying it's a dwarf planet. It's not large enough to be a planet.
Probably a big old star.
But Pluto is still a fucking planet.
And there was also, according to trigonomic scale, said so by Teal deGrasse Tyson.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah.
So, thank you, Neil deGrasse Tyson. That according to the angular rotation, it wouldn't be properly be considered as one of the planets because there's some suspicion that Pluto may be rotating another orbit of the revolution of the planet.
Okay.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but I'm gonna say.
Okay, in other words, they're
no,
thinking that
no. You don't have to. You don't have to.
break it down.
What I want to say is, who made Neil deGrasse Tyson God of the universe?
Yeah.
I'm with you on that, and
No,
I'm
he's a-
angered.
Yeah, and I just want to say that
He theorized.
you could say, okay, 8 planets, but I believe all these fucking moons, I would consider that shit a planet too.
Everything.
If
like
you
I
can
said
live
about-
there,
It's a planet.
it's a
Yeah.
fucking
Well, I
planet.
said
If
something
you
about
can grow
12
shit
planets.
there,
That one guy said.
It's a planet.
And you know
Exactly.
something? Scientists do believe that, you know, if a planet all it contains is just minerals and rocks and it rotates around the sun, it's a planet by theory. And
Ooh.
and some of them are still arguing against Tyson's theory about that.
Talk
Yeah,
your
and
shit.
I would be one of them because
I would be too.
because you wouldn't in that way you wouldn't consider the moon a planet, but I consider the moon a fucking planet.
Would you consider a moon a planet?
Of course.
David.
I would say, in
No.
my theory,
had to be-
it
said it would
must
be a
it
planet.
must revolve around the sun in order to become a
order to be a
planet.
planet.
According to them
Okay.
guys
But-
like
but
Neil
who-
deGrasse
but I mean,
Tyson
but
and
No,
shit.
Neil deGrasse Tyson was trying to go ahead and use bits of information to say, according to his trajectory, that that Pluto was revolving around the supposed planet Charon, and he was trying to debunk it like, okay, it's not a planet whatsoever. But the thing is, I'm arguing against his theory, stating that, okay, but Pluto is revolving around the sun. How can you say that this, this type of matter is not a planet?
But I'm saying, who sets those rules?
That's
Yeah,
Right.
that. Because
I
that's
would
it.
like to
those-
know who does set
yeah.
those rules.
Physics.
I mean,
What
everything.
those people call David?
Astrological quantum physicists.
Okay, well look, we got our missing cast member, the weatherman. He's shouting out. He says he will be back this Saturday in the studio. Hey, weatherman.
Come on,
I like
yeah,
to say,
brother.
I like to send
Miss
a
you.
personal shout out to you, D-Ray. Stick yourself.
There you go.
Stick yourself.
Damn, but we,
Stick
That's
yourself.
love.
but we,
That's
Stick yourself.
we miss you, bro.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
hopefully you
For
get
real.
you can get up here.
Yeah.
But here go the thing. I like what Trent said. By whom standards say what is and what is not a planet? If you can live on it,
Yeah.
if you can produce any sort of food
Yeah.
to sustain life, that's just a fucking planet. You know,
And can you colonize it as a fort,
Well,
as a landmark to travel to other planets?
I don't know about all of that. I'm
I
just
don't know.
saying
If,
I can
I
live.
don't know if being able to live there would be a criteria to be a planet.
To me, it would be.
you can
Because
colonize
It would be nice.
Because for a human to be able to live there, maybe it's something else that can live there that don't breathe
robot?
oxygen.
Well, I say
Not-
that.
not a robot.
No, the reason why I say for a human is because we are the ones discussing if it's a planet or not.
Okay, well in that case, that makes only the Earth the only planet.
No. I'm saying every single rock that I can live on and eat should be a planet.
That's what I'm saying. In that case, that makes Earth the only planet. What other rock can you live and eat on?
Right.
No.
If we was go to Mars, we
What do you
could eat
mean?
on-
No.
Well,
We can, what,
you go. You take it, Joe.
No,
You
no.
want me
This
to take it?
means square off.
right.
Go ahead,
What
square it
I,
out.
what, I,
right, let's
what,
do it.
what I am saying is very simple.
Yeah.
Every planet that we can actually, like, if a person can go to that planet,
And colonize.
Earth is the only one.
if a person can go to that planet,
to live on.
right? I'm not saying fuck all that bullshit. Oh, he gets to get a plane. But pretend right now you blink and a person is on that planet. If he can sustain life on that planet, it should be called a planet.
Earth is the only one
How is
that
Earth
can happen.
How is that possible?
If
It's
that's the
only
case,
where
we'd
we
be
have
living everywhere else in the
No,
fucking
no,
galaxy.
no. You're talking about the logistics of being able to travel. I'm saying blink right now. Forget all of that. If a person can live on a planet and eat to sustain life, it should be called a planet.
How you gonna, okay, when you get to Mars, how you gonna breathe, Jay?
Hey, look, bro.
Well, no, I'm just saying. I just want to know, how are you gonna breathe when you get to Mars?
Okay, it's very simple, and I hear someone laughing.
I mean, because-
that can't even get it.
No, I mean, you the one
We all
not
trying to
getting
get
it.
what you're saying.
No. Here
Shit.
go.
I can get it, Jay.
Let him speak his defense.
Stop. Be
Let
quiet.
Jay speak.
No, fuck that.
In
Let him go.
order for you to have food to sustain life, you would have to be able to grow food, which means you would have to be able to grow green, which means that's how you get oxygen.
Okay, so how are you gonna grow? How are you gonna grow green on Mars?
I got your back, Jay.
Okay,
Man,
okay.
God.
Well, no,
Jay, I
what
got
I'm
your
saying,
back.
No,
Eric,
he
you
wants
wanna-
the,
you wanna start?
he wants the logistics. I said if you blink,
when you blink, when you get there, you're dead.
no, bro.
It's nothing. It's no infrastructure. There's no atmosphere or nothing in any other planet besides Earth that you can blink and live there right now. Yeah, that's the truth, Jay.
But no. What you're trying
Y'all
to
both
say.
saying the same thing in different ways.
Maybe.
Basically, because he's not getting it. I don't care about us getting in a plane or a spaceship and getting there.
Right.
I'm saying hypothetically.
I don't care about getting there either.
Hypothetically, if you are on a planet, any planet, and you can sustain life,
Right.
it should be called a planet. Not, I don't give a fuck about, it's no atmosphere. No, if you can sustain life.
But he's saying that you
But
can't.
what I'm saying
Only
is,
life
how
on Earth.
I
can
agree
you?
with Jay.
Okay, then,
How
okay,
can
okay.
How can you?
fucking mic, bro.
How
well,
can you live in a
okay, so-
hostile planet? That's, I think that's what Trent is saying.
That's what Trent's saying. So
I'm
what,
saying,
what-
how
so
can you
what-
sustain life?
So what?
Why you
Trent is
looking at
saying-
him? I'm right here.
So what Trent is saying is this here. If that's what he's saying, then okay, only Earth. That means Neil deGrasse is correct. Pluto, all of these other places should not be planets because they cannot sustain life.
I
That's what
disagree.
you said.
I can disagree with that. I can disagree with that.
I just gave you a reason that if you can be on a planet and you
Okay.
can sustain
Sustain
life,
life.
it should be called a planet. How
course.
you go about doing it is only semantics. That's it. How you go about doing it.
Calm down, first of all,
No.
because you're getting irrational.
No, that's not irrational. That's not irrational.
down.
That's not irrational. I'm saying that how
What
you
I'm
sustain.
saying is that you can't sustain life on Mars.
Okay.
Unless if you have the technology.
So
But
you
you don't. We don't have the technology.
So can you sustain life on the moon?
No,
But you just said that the moon is a planet to you.
I know. But what I'm saying, according
man.
to you,
No, man.
You
man,
said-
let's move on. Let's
No,
move
no,
on.
no.
We got
You-
moved
you-
on.
no. We got
You
plenty of time.
No,
Okay.
you
I got
count. You
something to say back
contradict
here.
yourself
I got
100
time.
times over.
I got
I'm
time
with you,
today.
Jay.
Go
Let me
ahead,
check
man.
this.
Go ahead.
I
check
got
this out.
time today.
No,
If you got time, I got.
no, nuh-uh.
I got time today.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is,
I want to hear ego. Don't push him off.
what I'm saying is that you said that any planet that could sustain life.
I want to hear ego. I want to hear ego.
Well, ego motherfucking mic off.
Okay.
What I'm saying is that ego, that you said that, I know, you said that any planet that could sustain life should be considered a planet, right? Right?
Y'all guys heard it. Yeah, y'all heard it 100 times over.
I'm just saying.
He said the moon is a planet in his mind.
No,
he
I'm
said,
saying-
he said, and I told you, anybody that can sustain life should be called a planet. No one has the right to say what
Okay,
could be a
and I'm-
planet and
and-
not. And now he's trying to say, oh no, moon is not a planet. Ego, I would like to hear you talk, sir.
But his mic off. He can't talk.
well, I don't-
You got to
I don't-
listen to me.
but
What I'm saying is that you said any place that could sustain life should be considered a planet, right? And we all know that
Shut down.
Earth is the only place that could sustain life,
So,
as we know it.
so,
And what wait a minute. And what I said was that any heavenly body should be considered as a planet. That's what I said. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to see which other place in space that you think can sustain life.
so you guys at home, hey, how y'all doing?
Your mic back on.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, sir.
Get ready to go to break. It's that time, and we'll be back to wrap it up.
And we'll see if Jake can answer that question.
I'm not
Hey,
answering
and
shit.
if my
Y'all,
mic
y'all,
stay
y'all
on-
heard that just like y'all say it all the time.
Okay, we're on break. Hello, my name is Robert Richard, and I'm the host of an exciting new show called What's That Network, where you and the contestants guess the cash flow of the most popular celebrities around today for cash and prizes. I want you to go to Ego Network TV on YouTube to watch the show. Please, please, please like, subscribe, and also follow us on Instagram at ego_network_TV. I'll see you there.
Hey, hey.
And we're back, guys.
Hey, what up? What up? had a little technical difficulties we need to handle right quick, but we are back.
Yeah, I don't understand why we had the technical difficulties because I pushed it. It's there, but hey, shit happens.
All the damn time.
So we're talking about the Anunnaki. You know, just just based off the research I did. They're fucking
They're
the
giant.
fallen.
They're not from Earth.
They're the fallen. I mean,
Yeah.
people say that. People have this whole thing about aliens being demons, and if the fallen are considered the angels and they're demons, I mean, it's pretty scary.
Do we need to fear them? Do we need to be scared of them returning?
No.
No.
Why not? Why you say no?
that?
I don't. I say that because, like I said in the very beginning, if they came here and they taught us all this stuff and gave us all this knowledge, I don't think that they're here to destroy us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
you might be right.
Yeah, I don't really think they're nothing to fear.
Yeah.
Plus the amount of time that they have invested as us as the helpers or slaves whatsoever, whatever they want to call us.
Well, you know why they say why they had to leave, because there was a glacier that melted and raised sea levels, and so they had to burn off.
That's why they burned off.
According to Zechariah Sitchin, the guy that spent 30 years translating and working on these tablets and shit, he said in the text that's why I said they had to leave.
Okay.
Was the rise of the sea levels, or in other words, the Great Flood.
Well, can I just ask you this, Trent?
Yes.
Just between me and you, just talking.
Okay.
Do you think
just between me and
just
you
two of
and
y'all?
all the listeners?
Yeah,
and
me and you and all and the rest of the panel and all the rest of the listeners out there and Spotify and all the rest of these lands. I just want to ask you a question. Do you think it's a difference between the Anunnaki people?
Anunnaki.
Yeah, Anunnaki people.
Anunnaki.
motherfucker.
Anunnaki people. Anunnaki people.
Anunnaki.
And just regular aliens that come to this world.
Well,
They're-
I don't know. You said regular. I don't know if there's such thing as a regular.
Well,
aliens.
all these UFOs that
Well,
come
I
here
think
that
there
we've
probably
seen.
would be. It probably would be shit. Civilizations all over space. That's what I think.
Okay.
You know
I
what
mean,
I'm
there's
saying?
different-
I think the Anunnaki might just be one race of
One major.
aliens that have had contact with Earth in the past.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think that interactions with them, they pushed our technology forward. You know what I'm saying? And I think that after the flood or whatever you want to call it, biblical or Sumerian or whatever, I think technology was lost
Yes.
during that flood. And I think we're in the process of relearning this
Yeah.
technology.
Do you think they're giving us extra information now to push
well,
us further?
I don't think that. I think us learning from them was a byproduct of them being here.
Right.
Okay.
That's what I
Yeah.
think. I don't think their intention was, okay, let's go teach these motherfuckers. It was just like, okay, we learning now. Okay, now they gone. We got this technology. You know what I'm saying? And that was it.
Right.
I have a question for you, Trent. Do
Okay.
you think that if the flood didn't happen, do you think that technology could have been better what it is now?
I think so. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
but
a
it
good
would have
question.
taken a different fate, in my opinion.
Well, I think we would be more advanced now
More
if the
advanced.
flood didn't happen, because we
We-
wouldn't have lost
That is
the
So much.
technology. Yeah.
That is agreeable. But then, what if, we have advanced in the technology, but then the rules of economics and laws and criminal justices would have been different?
Why do you say that?
Well, think about it. If the flood had been, I'm not trying to side with the whole Judaic Christian theory of it must happen because to cleanse the sins, quote, quote. But
Yeah, just take all the magical bullshit out of the equation, and we go with
sorry if you religious people are
Technology,
offended. We're
yeah.
just saying theoretically. But anyway, if we were to go ahead and not go through the flood, maybe we would have maybe our civilization would have looked at our laws, criminals, balances, our socioeconomic culture way more differently than it is today.
Well, that's
Instead
a
of just
possibility.
being so fearful of what if on the consequences, we'd be more open-minded to test to see if it works for society or not in a much faster level. But it would have repercussion consequences of regarding several human emotions or in what people may say in a spiritual sense. It could all vary.
That's a possibility. I'll rock with that.
Hey,
Well, I want to say what's up to the people watching right now. Man, we really appreciate you. You know, Edward Robertson, my boy. You know, Jay Cretan. You know, thank you for watching. My daughter, and Bud, my son-in-law, people like that.
Bud Bunny.
Right, Red
Bud
Hood,
Bunny.
Red Hood, bro. We hear you. I'm trying to answer you in the chat while it's going on. You know,
what
and
they
I-
saying?
and I get it that you say that the Adolf Hitler believed that those people or his people were descendants of those people because they had blue eyes and blonde hair and they were descendants of these particular angels. Well, it's kind of weird because earlier Trent gave you a thing when they called the blackhead people or whatever. So obviously they weren't blonde and blue eyes. Okay. Sure, he was working toward that, and it doesn't mean that he was right in doing so, but who knows? These people, you know, I've never seen an Anunnaki personally. All right, so I don't know if they're black.
Might
I don't
have.
know.
You
You
never
might
know.
have, Jay.
Right, right. Well, I'm just saying that I know of. I haven't, but I
David.
can't say that they are, you know, white or black. I could just say, so far, according to text, they made us.
Wouldn't that be
Perhaps.
so dope if they was black though? And they came back and 10 feet tall
Possibility.
and just start wrecking shit. That would be dope.
That reminds
I'd
me.
be like, go Anunnaki. For real.
Do you
Hell
think?
yeah.
Do you think that? Because I noticed like there's a lot of taller people than us.
They're known as giants, but I like this theory. Go on.
They're known as
Yeah.
tall people.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
this tall giant girl. I've seen her on social media multiple times, and it's pretty amazing to see that.
Wow.
Hmm
Okay.
How tall is she?
I don't know how tall is she per se.
So
but
what
she's
you
very
saying? You think
tall.
she might be an Anunnaki or some shit?
She might be because she's
Get
taller
off the
than-
fucking boo boo, Jack. Get off the boo boo.
Get off the pot if you ain't gonna
I
shit,
know.
girl.
Get off the boo boo, Jack. Come on, moving on. Moving on.
Yeah, yeah. Anunnaki, based off what they say, based off the statues, and the writings in the Bible, they're not going to be barely taller than us. Not barely tall.
Yeah.
They're not going to be Shaquille O'Neal. Okay, no, Lord, no. You know, they're going to be more like the Titan in whatever you call the damn movie it was, but. They're going to be huge, you know, where they're standing in the middle of the damn ocean chilling.
Oh goddamn! I think that's just from your nightmare. I don't think they're gonna be that goddamn tall.
Well, I don't know. In the Bible, it say that.
Okay.
In the Bible, it say 1 foot in the middle of the ocean and the other foot, you know what I'm saying, in the middle of the earth. God
That's a
damn.
You
big-
saying giant?
That's a big motherfucker.
Yeah, that ain't no punk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Wow. Well, I waved Jamencia's comment off, but maybe there could actually be some merit to what you're saying. Maybe some of those, maybe that giant girl could be a descendant.
Descendants.
Could be.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe she could be a descendant. of
Hey,
that.
wouldn't that be something like all the tall people have the DNA of the Anunnaki people?
Anunnaki
Yeah,
motherfucker.
Anunnaki motherfucker. Anunnaki motherfucker.
It's like a drink.
I know.
Can I
right?
get a
Can I
blue
get a-
motherfucker? And what you want? Anunnaki
Let me
motherfucker?
get an Anarchy.
Here's
They gonna
something.
give you the totally the wrong shit.
Here's something fun to ask amongst ourselves.
Okay, let's
According
get fun.
to Ayurkicmedia.net, there are 24 signs that you could be the descendant of the Anunnaki
Oh,
from the
wow.
Earth today.
Oh.
I'm just only going to cover just very few of it due to our airtime whatsoever. But one of them that we could definitely say is,
just read the number 1, 2, 3, and 4.
yes, I will.
Not the whole thing.
Of course. I was
Okay.
going to start off with 4 because I thought it was interesting, but I'll follow your lead, Jay, on this one. Anunnaki believe that you could truly create something from nothing.
Okay.
Well, that's black people all day.
Yeah, all day long.
I mean, we have the gifted minds and our power of imagination, so we do truly create anything from nothing.
I
by the
said
power
black
of-
people, David.
All people
We
start
all
from
just
black
said it for
people.
black people. Black power.
I'm with you, David. Everybody
I'm
starts
just
from black
messing
people.
with you.
Exactly.
I was just messing with
He
you,
is a
David.
descendant. We
Keep
are
going.
descendants of Anunnaki. He's a descendant of black.
He
Keep
just
going,
Yes.
David, you
Yes.
just light skinned.
I know my
Okay,
light skin
second.
is soul, brother.
Okay, Anunnaki are gifted in all powers to create matter from energy. Well, we have done that with a Large Hadron Collider, for instance. Anunnaki hate strict time schedules, especially
Black.
being held.
That sounds like black
Black.
people. That's black people right there.
Oh, it's
I
Latinos
know,
too.
right?
That's
They
CP time.
It's
definitely
Latinos
black.
too. I'm telling you.
Wow.
Go ahead.
Okay, the fourth one.
Don't tell me they know how to barbecue and shit.
Oh, we love barbecue. Believe me.
Wow, not you, motherfucker.
Hey, maybe I should let you have my chile con chorizo and then put
Barbacoa.
the raw barbacoa really cooked nice and slow, so it's
No,
really
thank
nice.
you.
Yeah, that don't
Okay.
sound
Thank
good,
you.
David.
No,
Okay.
That don't sound
It
tasty.
did sound pretty fucking
yeah.
good.
It
Wow.
sound good to you.
Okay,
sounded
moving on,
nasty.
guys. Moving on, guys. I know this is fun. Anunnaki have always portrayed as having stood against Lucifer in mythology.
Mythology.
So this is just
Well, wait a
getting
minute.
into
Wait a minute.
Hold up.
They stood against Lucifer. That came like
Later.
Well, I'm starting to have my doubts here.
It just said in mythology. So
Yeah.
mythology. Yeah. So go ahead. Go to the next one.
Okay, we're going to the fifth one here. Anunnaki don't like being referred or compared to other angels.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Anunnaki understanding of gravitation and physics would be beyond gifted. Okay, I can see how the human race could
Young,
look
gifted, and black.
beyond gifted.
right,
yes.
right.
Anunnaki are overly self-conscious, especially about their bodies. Oh, like humans. Cool.
Okay.
Anunnaki are capable of love, but does not always serve them well.
So who
Ooh,
is
that's
this?
human.
So who is this that personally knew an
What,
Anunnaki being?
I don't know. I was gonna figure
and
You
out.
know what?
read their diary or some shit.
You know what? I would like to debunk this. Honestly, I'm with you.
And they said 24 signs. Like, they got a lot of shit.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
they do.
Wow.
Basically, the source is coming from Blacksmith of Truth. I'm gonna say it's their opinion.
It's people making themselves
So-
relevant.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna
Somebody
say
just
it's
put
their
I
some
mean,
opinion.
with
in there.
everything here we talking about is opinions.
No,
We got
this
some
site
facts.
is an
That's
opinion.
super opinion.
This site is an opinion. What we were saying are theories and possible,
We got some
truths that
facts
we
in
can
there.
get
Yeah.
in there. This is an opinion. I am sorry, guys.
Somebody wrote that while they was shitting on the
Yes,
toilet.
exactly. I am sorry, guys. This is
Fuck that shit.
fallible.
Calm
I
down,
am
calm
so
down,
sorry.
calm
Hold on, man. That stuff is no different than all the shit we've been saying now.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
good.
but,
It's good.
But
It's
I,
entertainment.
remember, it is my job to present the facts, and I have to, detect. This
That
is an
wasn't the
opinion.
facts,
Well,
David.
hold on, David. If you're supposed to present the facts, the opening statement says 24 signs that you could be an original Anunnaki descendant.
I know, right?
Should have
That
set
shoulda,
a
rang a
flag
bell.
right.
Could.
Could. So therefore, I fell for its false narrative
It could,
whatsoever.
no way it could ring a bell if you had a bell.
Yeah. I mean,
Ding dong. Ding dong.
It should have got into my bell. I should have saw that coming, and
look.
I'm very sorry.
It's
that I
o- it's-
didn't see it.
it's okay, man.
It's
It's
nothing.
okay, David.
Nothing.
You're
okay.
okay.
So, but you proved
It's
that the
okay.
Anunnaki might be black. You know what I'm saying?
It sounded like a black person he was
Right.
talking about.
They
Right.
must be black.
We
Talking
learned,
about always
you know,
late.
They don't like time. They don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
None of that
Right.
shit.
Then when the planet
You
get here, they gonna do a direct flip from their planet and land
right,
on Earth.
right,
Make
right,
matter out of energy. Mean
I
they just
know,
more
right?
likely having sex, making babies.
Right, right.
You know, just-
Turning nothing into something.
there you
Right,
go.
right.
There
So,
you
what
go.
y'all think about this story? Y'all think it can be some truth to it?
I do.
There
I
there
do.
has to be
I
some
do
degree
too.
of truth.
I do too.
I mean, this story has been passed down by so many people. It's just ridiculous.
It opened my eyes.
You know, it just the idea of someone or something. I don't even know how many. Well, I do know how many because it says it in numbers that it is actually 300 of them like that rule the heavens, and the other 300s are underworld. So
Wow.
that's so.
And they
it's
some
still
bad motherfuckers because if you look at the Bible and how they describe these beings, I was looking at one part of the Bible where one fucking angel destroyed a whole fucking army. So there's some bad motherfuckers. It was a
Yeah.
couple of cases of that.
There
happening.
was one where
Yeah.
I think the nephew of oh God, it was the nephew
It
of
happened.
Isaac.
Yeah.
It happened.
He was getting away from a sinful city, and then there was two angels asking them to leave and don't look back
Yeah.
when he was trying to swing his sword and just abolish a sinful city.
Sodom and Gomorrah, man.
There
Is
you
that
go.
the pillar of salt? When you don't look
I
back, you
think
turn into
so.
a pillar of salt.
Yeah,
Sodom,
yeah.
Sodom and Gomorrah, man.
That
Just
was
sum it up.
something else.
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah.
Sodom and Gomorrah.
That just states how powerful these beings are
Yeah.
compared to us.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, I know that the beings have to be incredible. I just say that just based off of everything, okay, you have to understand that what happens when if you have a bunch of people that are slaves, right, and they're going to be taken away from you, wouldn't you fight to keep them up under your will?
Nope.
Well, that's what the Civil War was about, right?
Sure was.
The Civil War happened.
So I said, show was.
So here's the thing: if we were made to be subservient to these people, and for all this time has went on, and we've kind of started recognizing that, hey, we are individuals, and things like that. Don't you think that these people would get here and say, "Guess what, bitches, you belong to me"?
Hey,
And you think that we're supposed to say, you know what, you're sure right. Fuck it. Let's just, here go my goals, sir. You know what I'm saying? This is what I've done since I've been here. No, fuck that.
So when is the next time they'll return? Anybody?
Well, it's supposed to have,
Supposed to be in 2012.
right, that's what I
well,
heard.
well, okay.
Maybe their
according-
calculations were off.
According to
Maybe
my
they are here.
According to my sources in
Maybe they're dyslexic.
supersoldiertalk.com, there is some story. I don't know. I'm trying to debunk it, whether if it's truth or not. There are Russian and Turkish forces clashing with the Anunnaki in Syria. Pre-dawn hours of Tuesday, 13th October 2017, and they have clashed with the sighting of 30 miles north of western Archipelago near the Turkish-Syrian border.
So wait a minute. What you're saying is that the Russians and the Turkish are fighting the Anunnaki.
Well, they saw some sightings of the Anunnaki. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, so how did they know they were Anunnaki? They had like a flag.
It says,
but them
it says
24 signs he was reading.
Turkish military
okay.
forces killed in combat with Anunnaki.
Oh wow.
I'm just glancing at his screen. And
I don't know.
I said
I'm
that.
kind of a little skeptical about this one.
Okay.
Okay, let's read the headline and
A
see,
little.
David. Let's read
little
the headline. and see.
All right.
What does the headline say, David?
Anunnaki in Syria and Iraq.
Oh,
No, wait a minute. I want to know what website is that.
Supersoldiertalk.com.
Oh my fucking god!
Fake news, everybody!
Did you say Super Soldier Talk?
Yes, he did say that.
Is this fake news, everybody? Because I'm
Yes.
about to claim it right
That-
now.
that sound
Look
like
at
a-
the
Soldier.
font
I
of
like
the
somebody
Super
who's a
Soldier.
gamer wrote that.
It's in hot pink
SuperSoldierTalk.com.
color.
Wow.
Can't trust it.
Okay, can't trust it. Fake news.
okay.
Okay.
So, realistic.
I'm
Lord.
sorry.
It's okay,
mean,
David.
I
Don't
mean,
worry.
You're not
here's the
welcome,
thing.
David.
Here's the thing. we can say that that's fake news. We don't know, right? And here's
We
why-
know. We know.
Here's why I say that is because maybe in Syria, the Iraq people were probably in the war with some UFOs, and they just called them Anunnaki.
Maybe. And
Think
maybe
so?
and maybe SuperSoldier.com was the only news agency that could get there.
Right? Maybe.
You know what
right?
I'm saying?
Maybe. It very well. It could very well be.
I told you those things were found in Iraq.
But there you see. Even
Those tablets was found in Iraq.
see,
Well,
Right.
it could be.
And you
something.
say that to say what, Ego?
it might be
To
To
right.
say
News might be
maybe
real.
the super soldier knows something that we
don't
We
don't
know.
don't know. Do.
But not
Do-do-do-do.
not anymore. Shit, they told us, so we
I
all
know now.
it.
We all know shit.
Right.
Fuck.
You know, so I'm just saying that people do say, that the Anunnaki could be aliens, which obviously they are. They're not. This is not their planet, so they're definitely alien to this planet. I just feel like realistically, if they made us in their image, but they made us bigger, they don't expect us to do big things. if that make any sense, they don't expect us to do big things. All right.
Why you say that? You say they made us and made us bigger.
They made us, but they're bigger.
Oh, okay.
Right. So they made us way smaller than them. So they don't expect us to do big things.
But we doing big things.
Well, that's what you think, but I don't know, man. I don't see us being a favorable friend.
Have you heard the Urban Paranormal podcast?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Right.
We doing big things, goddamn.
Doing
Right.
big things, baby.
Right.
Now it's really funny because you could say that, but if we open the blinds and it was just an eye looking at us right now, you would freak the fuck
We
out.
would.
Yeah, because that's the Anunnaki coming to say like, well, you ain't done shit, not a goddamn thing. And
I like what you doing there.
and he gonna bring her arm right through here and pull us ass out.
Erica,
right
can you
here.
twerk for us?
I'm not
You
a
know.
big twerker. I'm a winder.
I know, right?
Okay,
Jamisa,
one
can you
is close
twerk?
enough.
Whining. Maybe you should twerk, Ego.
Shit, they ain't gonna like
The
my
An-
twerk. I ain't got no
The
ass.
Anunnaki may like that. You know what I'm
He
saying?
might like it.
I don't know. I mean, pet in a cage. You ever seen your pet in a cage twerking?
Wow.
You ever like that shit?
Wow.
All right, that's what I thought. So fuck what I thought.
Well,
know?
you know, they did come down and have sex with, some humans and shit.
Yeah, they did. That's true. They did.
Yeah.
You know, that's a fact. I,
I
can't
wonder
say
what
nothing
the
about that.
Anunnaki bitches look like.
I know because
They
there was.
probably got like golden titties and shit.
And they probably
You probably can't make eye contact with the titties because they so beautiful.
beautiful.
and-
I like
Man.
that. I like that.
Look
I
how
like,
she looking at me.
I like
He's
that.
I was trying to picture it and I was looking at you.
You
You
trying-
talk about it
you
so
trying
passionately.
to figure out what an Anunnaki bitch you look like, huh?
You cannot get that right.
Listen,
Now you-
Anunnaki.
Anunnaki bitch.
yeah, that was man.
And why she got to be a bitch, bro?
Why she gotta be a bitch?
Well, I'm just
She's
saying.
possibly a god.
Oh, yeah,
and you just called her a fucked up name.
Anunnaki
Well,
god.
the
look
god
like.
bitch. Then put it like that, man.
Yeah, well,
A goddess
I'm
bitch.
just saying. I bet you
Goddess.
she's beautiful as hell.
Well, they might have
Be
been fucked
disappointed
up
with
since the
every
Anunnaki wanted to have
male?
sex with humans.
I think they would. I think
they
they were
would
just
say
trying
a
to make
goddess
more
bitch.
chickens.
That is bitch.
Wow.
They were just
Goddess
trying to make more
bitch.
chickens for the coop. That's all.
Wow.
I mean,
we just got
I'd like to see
freakishly
one.
weird.
I like to see one.
Like,
I
see
would
one
like-
all
I
that
would like to
gold
see
and
one
shit.
too.
All gold,
I
everything.
mean, I don't know.
Gold
I
fetish.
said that bullshit, but now if we standing right here, right now, and we look in the sky and see one walking, and they ass way in Galveston, but we still see them
What's
clear as
this
day.
with you? You really have a fear of these giants. You got this thing in your head with the 1 foot in the ocean and 1 foot on land.
That scared the shit out of me, man.
Okay, well maybe they're not
That's a big bitch.
Maybe they're only 10
That's a
feet
huge
tall.
bitch.
Okay.
You know, I can handle a 10-foot
Yeah,
tall
yeah.
bitch.
If
Can you-
they
can you
10
climb
foot
that,
tall, they gonna
Jay?
get it. Yeah, if they're 10 foot tall, they gonna get it. We
Yeah.
gonna win the war. But
Climb that big bitch.
if they look like that, man, if they big like what it's time for us to relocate.
Right.
Everybody for themselves.
Picture the vagina on her though.
Big.
I know, bro.
Wow.
That's
With a black hole
a,
up there.
a Kegel will crush you to death.
Oh man.
Your
That's
whole
incredible.
body. You just
You're
wouldn't
gonna
even
fall
see
out
no
of her.
more. Yeah.
I know.
That
She
is-
dropped her Kegel.
The only time you
David
gonna come
looking
out.
like he uncomfortable over there. Did he just
Very
say
uncomfortable.
vagina? Yes, I said vagina.
And he said Kegel in the vagina falling out.
At least he said vagina.
I know.
There you
Yeah,
go.
he could have been dirty.
He could have said
No, I was just.
What I could have said, Eric?
I was
The
just
P
looking
word.
at the
the P
contradiction.
word. What's that?
I was looking
could've
at the
said-
contradictive statement that all of you are saying.
What?
A god bitch. I'm like, okay.
I got
God-
big bitch.
a god big bitch. But wouldn't it be a correct term of just a goddess who has very sexual tendencies?
Or could it be a
Yeah, if you play
WNBA
video
player?
games all the
or
time,
a
that's what
deadly
it would be.
WNBA player?
Well, here go the thing.
Oh, wow.
No, they're not. No, but
Well,
here go
there's
the
a
thing.
women's division, in the basketball league.
I know it's called WNBA.
It's called WNBA.
Oh,
David.
okay, never mind. All right.
Yeah, Dave, what I'm saying is I respect you on that because I am definitely not finna call this woman a B word. And she's possibly a goddess. I don't want
I mean,
bro,
we don't want to suffer hero's wrath, and then all of a sudden
Right.
she castrates our manhood.
she fuck around and pops up and you're like, oh my God, I didn't say shit. I know you listen to the show and I never disrespected you. I don't want no problems, because
So you really scared of her, Jay, huh?
bro, you should be too. Did you do the reading? Did you read this shit? I mean, you guys at home, all I'm asking you to do is just read this shit.
okay.
And don't go, oh, this shit's all fake. No, sir. Read all of the texts, all right, that's talking about these people.
There
Yeah,
is research behind that.
yeah. None of that shit say, oh, they picked up the guy and kissed him and said he's a great guy and we love your work. None of that shit is there for them.
Wow.
None of that shit is there. All of that shit say, hey, we slammed some motherfuckers against the ground. You know what I'm saying?
Well-
we threw other people to other planets. You see?
Well, this story is actually a very interesting story. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
And we done seen parallels in different religions where
Yeah.
it might be some truth to this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the story is definitely intriguing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? What piqued my interest is the historical places where it took place, which was ancient Iraq and that
Some
whole
parts in Syria.
the whole little part, Syria, whatever, man. And if we look at it today, yesterday, they always been fighting over that area. You know what I'm saying? So there's obviously something very important about
Over
that.
there.
Yeah, about that area. You know what I'm saying? So it's just very intriguing, man.
It's
know-
either fertile resources or the value of oil if we're looking at the geographical economic aspect.
Well, you could say that, but
We don't know.
we don't know that. You know what I mean? Because
yeah.
we got oil and resources over here.
Mhm.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I see a bunch of sand.
Well, not
Over there.
everything in the Middle East is entirely.
I know
all
not
sand.
everything, but the majority.
But what I'm saying, what I wanted to say was that, you know, David, our government has said a lot of things, and majority of it has never been true, right?
Of course.
Majority.
Right.
Yeah.
They have led us down this path, and now thanks to technology, we're starting to break some barriers of truth. You know.
Yes.
So I won't stick to, oh, it's only sand over there. I have never been there.
Mm-hmm.
There could
Just
be
like they think it's cowboy hats, only cowboy hats here.
right.
Some
There
shit.
could be a whole Wakanda over there, bro, and we don't even know.
That's right.
That's the part that I was
Right.
trying to go ahead and say, because I actually have a friend who was from the Middle East, and he told me that there are some parts of the land it is fertile and some parts is kind of rocky and dry, so to speak.
I mean, look.
I mean, there's different terrains.
Again, bro.
Mostly sand.
They say whatever, but if I haven't been there, I can't really say no.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, in that
I
area,
got my friend as a primary source. If you want to ask him.
no, well, you don't have to ask your friend because the fertile part of that region is between the Tigris and the Euphrates River.
Yes.
You can read that in the Bible. You can pull it up on
Geography or history.
MapQuest, whatever the fuck you want to.
Right.
All the other shit outside of that is sand.
Or rock, or high rock mountains, pretty much. That's
Whatever,
dry.
well, however you want to put it. But
You know.
that's why that's why that land was so valuable to all the ancient people that lived
Of
there.
course. Rivers are a great way to build civilizations.
Shit, you can't live without it.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that's
of
right.
course.
Water, you know, because
Water
it,
brings
it
everything.
was something about the silt in the water actually
Yes.
made this part of the sand
Yes,
fertile.
of course.
So it's very valued.
That's it.
I mean, hey, like I said, I'm just saying, look, we hear what you guys are saying, what you guys are writing in general, you know, and I'm not just talking to you people at home. I'm talking about the people that's putting stuff on the internet, our government who's putting things in the news. We hear you, we see it, we read it, but that doesn't make it true. You know, I do believe that a lot of these situations and things that they're hiding from us because they don't want us to know the truth. I mean, think about this. A fully informed people, right, becomes harder to control. And you have to think about that. So this Anunnaki shit, they don't want to tell you that they don't have any control over it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They don't want to say that shit because if they did, we'll all be talking about, oh my God, all is lost.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I'm saying is just you guys at home, you know, you do your research on this, right? This topic. It's very intriguing, especially if you have the same skin color as I do. Your parents might or your grandparents might have said things and took you to church, and you're like, wait a minute, and it'll start you down this rabbit hole, and you'll start reading, and your belief system will change a bit. And I'm not going to say it's going to make you Christian or make you anything like that. I'm saying you'll start thinking that some of this shit might be real as hell, especially when you just turn around and look around you.
And you start seeing similarities in
Right.
different religions and shit like that. Hey, there
Right.
it is.
On this show, the question that some of you have at home, right? Because I know you have it because we've had it many times years ago. How did we get so far in technology and then all of a sudden we just so-called lose it? And now we're trying to get back up to that point. Well, Ego gave you an example of a story, all right, about two brothers because we got somewhere. Even in the Bible, Jacob's ladder tell you that too. We got really good and we thought we can do it to the world, like to the top, and they stopped that shit. So some of the things that you've always asked the questions about, read that shit. It might answer some of that shit.
Yeah. And this has definitely been a very interesting show. You know
Very.
what I'm saying?
Very.
Yes.
And I want to say, if y'all got a show topic, you can hit us up at urbanparanormal13@gmail.com. And if you want to send us a little money, which we desperately need to keep this podcast going, you can send that to $DSB Media on Cash App.
Yeah, and like you said, show idea, be a sponsor of the show. We read it, we'll eventually hit you up for real. We need you. All right. So as usual, I'm your host, JH.
And I'm your moderator, Trent A. Johnson.
This is your anchorman, Dave R., signing off. And
And I'm your voice of reason, the voice of Erica.
Hey.
And I'm your super repeat offender, Ego.
What up, what up?
Hey.
And we have Amazon. And from us here at Urban Paranormal Podcast, we bid you good night.
Peace.
Hey.